in INEC. Just like my governor said, except INEC wants to set this country ablaze, they better do the right thing and retract their steps and do the right thing. We are not going to sit down and watch people intimidate us. You saw what happened in Surulere. The woman that was attacked, after she was treated, she went back and she voted. That speaks volume that Nigerians cannot be intimidated anymore. We're not going to sit back and watch people's sweat, people's blood, people's time. Because this time around, money has failed the opposition. Money has failed. Irrespective of what is happening in Nigeria. No money, no fuel, people still found their way to their polling units. And we're calling on His Excellency Muhammad Buhari that you cannot sit down and watch this country crumble. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. And I say enough is enough. Thank you for all the patriotic Nigerians, and trust in Obi, in Labour Party, because we want a new Nigeria. God, nobody can stop the hand of God. Nobody can prevail over God. No matter what you do, no matter how you try, you will not prevail. Because God will fight you. The way God is fighting you now. If you people are so confident that you did the right thing, why are you intimidating and attacking people? I think it's enough. Thank you, Nigerians. God bless you all.
Thank you. And I just want to add another thing to it. Moving forward, we are not going to let any INEC official leave the polling unit without transmitting results. Precisely. There will be no excuse. If they are going to stay there for 2 days, they are going to stay there for 2 days. They are going to transmit results from the polling unit. We have seen what they did this first time. It's not going to happen again.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Questions? We have questions on ask. Questions, please. Identify yourself and then.
We also want to talk about the places where there was violence, that the election there was cancelled. We hear that there's in the Shango Tedo, in front of Oniu's Palace and a number of other places, that they want to redo the election, which is fine. But we hear that they want to do it today. We have not been notified as a party. We have not been notified officially of all the places that this election is going to happen. So we must be carried along, and this must be a practical process where everybody is involved. So our agents are there, and we are on ground fully to prevent any of the nonsense that happened yesterday from happening again. So INEC must sit down with us as stakeholders to plan this rerun. It cannot just be something automatic because we are not carried along. We don't know what is going on. So INEC must do the needful. Thank you.
And the issue of using certain places as polling units that are not known is unacceptable. We kicked against the issue of using the park boys to move sensitive materials. And now they did the same thing during election, where in the Oba's palace, the polling unit was right inside the palace, and people were prevented from entering the palace. Nigerians, let us wake up. Let us wake up. And let us say, enough is enough. Thank you.
Please.
Can we enumerate those places who want election to be around?
Come for officials, that's it.
All right, thank you.
What they did was they just sent, a general social media message saying that elections will hold in some parts of Lagos and they listed other states in Nigeria.
No, that's not.
It was just like
But people that are there now waiting to vote. INEC officials are not there. But we as a party were not aware of anything.
And no agency sent. No agency sent.
It was just a matter of for your information if you ask
no
me.
problem.
The issue of Oshodi that is ongoing right now, where our people are held hostage and are being forced. The INEC official are being forced to upturn the people's mandates.
They are connived with Solomo.
Please, we'd like to take questions now. Please, if
You
you
have any
have questions.
Just one round. My name is Monsieur Olomo. I work with the Guild President. Now, the police said they've arrested about 20-year-old men. I don't know if you have reached out to the law enforcement agency when all this happened yesterday. Maybe you table anything before then, and what are those steps you've taken before now to ensure that some of your results count?
Well, let me say this. The responsibility of the police force or security chiefs is to ensure that nothing goes wrong. And we did what we had to do. Nobody will say they are not aware of the election happening in Nigeria or that happened yesterday. So it is the responsibility of the police. The police claim that they are capable, they are able to do what they are supposed to do. On my own side, when we had issues concerning some areas, I kept calling the Commissioner of Police to attend to us. We did that. We did what we had to do on our own side. It is now left for police to do their own. And some of our people reported in some areas, especially the Bedileki area, that the police will come, they will be looking at the tongues, and after a while leave these people, these innocent people, at the mercy of tongues to be attacked. They turned back, they went back. Of course, they were deployed to go and make sure that nothing goes wrong. But in a situation where they went to show face or to mark that they've been there and went back and gave a different report, it's sad. Because what it means is that nobody's life is safe in this country. If the police fails, then there is no hope for anybody. And this is why the youth have been agitating that the security of this country, they need to look into it. I hope that answers your question. Thank you.
Good morning, gentlemen and ladies on the item. My name is Tokumbo. I work with Arise TV. Let me find out, is there any official communication channel between you and the INEC?
Yes, we do.
There
We
is.
do.
So if there is, since yesterday when I went to some of the places yesterday where elections could not hold, and was there any specific question as to what will happen to elections in those places, especially where those supporters are, in the communication channel that you have with?
In the communication channel that we have, everywhere that elections were supposed to hold that did not hold, the INEC official that was there was not picking their calls.
Yes.
Okay. They were completely dead. They were not picking their calls, they could not explain anything, they could not respond, nothing. We have local government chairmen that are working directly with the EOs of INEC in that local government, right? And they are constantly communicating or attempting to communicate. But what we found yesterday was a situation where INEC was colluding. We have to call it as it is.
Yes.
INEC was colluding across the entire state.
Yes.
Because it does not make sense that House of Rep is being transmitted, Senate is being transmitted, but presidential is having issues. It makes no sense. And the fact of the matter is, we found that the people that use force to hold the INEC officers at the polling units, eventually those same INEC officials were able to upload. So is it that it's only force that these people are going to hear? Because this thing that happened is not going to happen on March 11th.
Before we go to March 11th, we're still here. So you're trying to sort out.
Yes.
Now, since all those happened and you seem satisfied, has there been any official communication from the party to INEC as regards?
We are doing that.
Yes.
We are doing that. Yes, we have across the entire state at local government level, and as a state ESCO, we are going to do that as well.
May I also chip in?
Secondly, sir. Okay.
Yes, as a party in the state, we are doing that. You know, we've made the first overture to them, to INEC officials, and we're using this medium to also escalate it. So it's like we're doing INEC and we're also doing media. And I can also tell you right now that even on the national level, our national chairman has made some statements as of yesterday night concerning this, and he touched on all the issues we've talked about here. One, that the fact that the beavers seem to be partially or exclusively tailored to transmit certain parts of the elections, being Senate and House of Reps. And in Lagos in particular, some of you are here, you know that we raised alarm, we raised a big alarm 48 hours to this election that INEC did not upload did not put our logo, Labour Party, on the ballot papers for Senate election and House of Reps election. And also, I can also tell you, maybe I'll share with you later, the national chairman's statement as it concerns the elections in Lagos. And then he also made very big reference to the security lapses that were experienced statewide. And lastly, I would also like to say to us that the national chairman tried to escalate that this is unacceptable, that going forward in Lagos State and all other states, this will not be acceptable. Thank you very much. So far officially there has not been any response from INEC to all the issues?
No
response from INEC.
No response. We called them yesterday we called, no response.
No official response.
No official response. And there was a particular person that eventually picked up her phone and said, I don't know anything.
Yeah.
That was the response we got from INEC.
Okay. Secondly, sir, I don't know if this is a question or an advice to your party, because the place I came from that made me delay.
Yeah, Magodo.
Was Magodo. I think one of the largest voting units there, where these issues that you raised, became an issue, and thankfully enough, the supporters stood up and ensured that the result was uploaded on the server before. But what I found curious was that there was no agent of your party there, just like it was in many of those polling units around that place. I mean, your party should do something about that. Because ordinarily, I think the Electoral Act itself actually anticipated that there could be a problem uploading these things, but as long as your agents and media and the security guys all have the official results sheets, that can tender that later. But the people that were standing there were just your supporters who the law does not recognize as an agent. So your agent was missing.
So let me tell you what happened concerning our agents. A lot of them were intimidated, they were attacked, and people ran for their dead lives. Most of what we got yesterday, the communication from the agents, is that they are threatening their families. They are threatening their homes, that they know where they live and they will come after them. So at the last minute, some of them ran for their dead lives. And this is a country that has promised a free, fair and credible election. It's sad.
One is one of the comments. I'm in your boy, right, for business day. What happened yesterday was because I went round, we were going around, and in my area there, as at 10 o'clock, when we were going around, before we went to town, the INEC officials now arrived in Ejiko. There were about 8 polling units. There was no voting going on, no materials at 10:30. When I left to go to Federal, as at 12, they still called me again that no materials arrived, no voting was going on. 12:30 to 1. What I did was that I gave the number of the INEC because as at that when I got there about 9:30, nothing was going on. I called the rec straight that there nothing is going on here in Ejiko. No material, no sign election is taking place. He assured me that I put it on last time. People here said they are bringing material. 3 hours later, no material arrived. I just sent the rec number to everybody there. And they keep bombarding him, I too was calling him from where I was. And I learned that about to 1, they brought material. They said in several of the polling units, there was no result sheet. Somebody, yeah, but they were able to vote. But when I came back this morning, I was informed that they didn't upload the presidential election result. Yes. But the people followed them down to the election center. But then they couldn't say that till late this morning. So that's been the complaint from that my side. About 10 or 11 polling units. They didn't upload any presidential election results. So I've been trying to get across the record. I think what we are trying to do is personally among the media, all I informed, I share the number of the rec in Lagos. Somebody will call and complain.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to say this lastly. The rec, Mr. Agbaje, you are compromised. I'm not afraid to say this. If you are not compromised, what happened here in Lagos yesterday, in some areas, the ballot papers were not enough for people to even vote. So how do you reconcile that with what you said you were going to do? You gave Nigerians a promise that nothing will go wrong. And yes, all we saw was shambles of your arrangements. Nigerians, please let's stand up to what we believe, stand up for what we know is right, and do not allow anybody to disenfranchise you. It is not business as usual. Thank you. I think we've had enough.
Yeah.
We've had enough of all this. Thank you.
Okay.